dig any deeper now. I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises, you know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now.
You ever got to pee so bad that you get the goosebumps? Yeah.
Too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now.
Oh, well, I feel better. Wow.
fell in love and promised we'd never separate. But it seems the time has come that you run my life with no hope to fight, no time to hide. And I'm sinking under, drowning faster. Please just let me breathe. The air is leaving and I'm lost in need of you again. You break me down and you make me surrender. We are as Romeo and Juliet. To a code we all swore, for this life we have chosen. Common soldiers to a common war we fight. To this passion of love we may fail and die. I'm slipping further, we're falling faster, you're growing stronger. Less I grow weaker and I know. You break me down and you make me surrender. We are as Romeo and Juliet. The hands that Isaac said goodbyes. Will we fall back again? Live by as Romeo and Juliet.
Parking lot is sheer ice. Just spun out a little bit.
Emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow. Moving with the motion, following the light that sets me
Akron right now. Heading to Lima, Ohio, and then Once I'm done in Lima, I'm going to go pick up, and I'm actually going south. The first time in a long time I've been going south. So I'm going to be heading to South Carolina. Tell you what, they got a lot of snow here in Akron. Tell you one thing though, when you're out here on the first days of the bad snowfalls like this one, this is the day, these are the times you want to give people tremendous amounts of space, because they forget. You see, there's been 9 months or so since the last time they drove in snow, and they have forgotten what it's like to drive in the snow. So you get all these accidents. I just saw a pickup truck go in the ditch a few miles back. You get all these accidents. You get these people forgetting that the white stuff on the ground means slippery conditions. And obviously, as you go through the year, I feel like you get less and less careless mistakes, but they still happen. But you definitely get the most during the very beginning, because it's honestly, people forget what it's like. You got that Hammerland over there, it's just covered in snow still. Seeing if I could break my tires loose to see just how slick it is, but it's not slippery enough to be able to break my tires loose with 44,000 pounds in the box. I like it. I really like it. I do enjoy the snow, at least for a little while. But it sure does gum up the works. When I picked this load up this morning, I actually had to have the shipper take a skid off, because I was about 1,500 pounds over my gross, and they took off a skid, and each skid weighed about 1,800 pounds. So I took off one skid, and so now I'm just right there below the 80,000 mark. Good when you're in this stuff. It's good to have as much weight as possible, while being legal, of course. The more weight you have, the better traction you're going to get. Last year, during that bad winter storm in Pennsylvania, they were allowing loaded trucks to drive, but not empty trucks. The reason being, empty trucks just don't get good traction. I'm on the east side of Akron right now. I've got to drive all the way to the west side of Akron. I wonder if it's going to be like this the entire way. Very likely, I guess. Yeah, it's down to, got down to 16 degrees Fahrenheit. Snowing still too. It's coming down pretty good. It's kind of hard to see. The snow's, kind of fine. The flakes are pretty small, but it's definitely coming down. Not sure how much they're expecting up here, but I would guess a fair amount if it's still snowing, and it looks like there's, a few inches on the ground in spots already, and it's still coming down pretty decent. Like I said, they get lake effect up here, so lake effect is always far worse than just anywhere else. You got those cold fronts blowing in off of the Great Lakes, and they cause all kinds of havoc up here in northern Ohio and northwestern Pennsylvania and northeastern Illinois, northern Indiana in spots. Of course, anywhere in Michigan. Michigan has the most miles of waterfront border of any state in the country. More so than it's got more so than any of the continental 48, I should say. I don't know that it has more than Hawaii, considering there are... Actually, it might, because the islands are pretty small in Hawaii. So it might be in all of 50 states. Michigan has the most miles worth of waterfront. I guess it is of all 50 states in the country. Fun little fact. It's not even a coastal state. These Great Lakes are... a lot of people underestimate those Great Lakes. They're massive. If you've ever been up there, you've seen those lakes firsthand. Well, I'll tell you, they're a freshwater ocean is what they are. They're massive. In bad storms, you can have the exact same effect as hurricanes. I mean, that's what brought down the Edmund Fitzgerald on Lake Superior. Brought that ship down in 1976, I believe. I forget the Gordon Lightfoot song. Most freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned. If you listen to that song, it tells you exactly the year. I want to say it was 76 or 78. It actually happened. My dad owned a cottage up there on Whitefish Bay, and that's exactly where they were trying to get to. It's a area off of Lake Superior that these ships go to seek cover during bad storms. And for about 8 years, my dad and my stepmom owned a little cottage up there, right there on. I mean, literally, you walked out your front door and you were on the beach for Whitefish Bay, and that's the bay that Edmund Fitzgerald was aiming towards. But then they went down 15 miles before they got there. Can you imagine that? They only had 15 more miles. Nobody was found. There were 29 crew on board that freighter, and not a single body found. That song, I highly recommend anybody to go check it out. It's a good song. It tells the whole story from Gordon Lightfoot, Edmund Fitzgerald. It's definitely a pretty eerie story. There's a museum up there that talks all about it right there on Whitefish Point, called the Shipwreck Museum, and they talk about all the ships that have gone down in the Great Lakes. And of course, the most recent and the most tragic was the Edmund Fitzgerald, the largest of them all. Think about it, that ship was longer than the Titanic. I think it was longer than the Titanic. I'm going to say it was around 850 feet long. I think the Titanic was 780. Or maybe I have that backwards. Maybe the Titanic was 850 and the Edmunds was 790 or 780 or so. But it was, either way, it was about the size of the Titanic. So think about that. Something the size of the Titanic went down because of a wave on Lake Superior. Just getting worse and worse. These people up here just don't know how to drive. Look how slow that guy in that hammer lane is going. Holding everybody up in the left lane. He's going about 10. Just get in front of that guy. I'm telling you, my water consumption has been hitting me hard today, and I have got to find a bathroom, and I am about 17 miles away from the nearest truck stop. And we're going 20 miles an hour. Slow drivers have no compassion for me right now. Come on, van, get out of the way, would you? Please get out of my way. Yep, don't worry about me. I don't mind you holding me up or anything. It's not like there's anybody in front of you that would cause you to slow down. Nope, just go ahead and slow everybody else down in the hammer lane. I think we can manage better than 20 miles per hour here. The annoying thing is too, when you have somebody this slow in front of you, nobody can see that guy in front of you, so they think you're the guy. They think you're the guy that's slowing everybody down when you're in a big truck, because they can't see what's in front of you to slow you down. It's always the truck driver's fault. Always. It's one hell of a first snowfall, that's for sure. Alright, dude, there's nobody in front of you now. I would greatly appreciate it if you moved over for me. Alright, after this Monte Carlo, you might move over for me, please. Give him a little flash. Go around you. See, these are the kind of people that annoy me, because they think that everybody has to go their speed. They think they have to be the arbiter of the appropriate speed out here on days like this. And I can very easily handle speeds above 20 miles per hour. This is not that slippery. It looks daunting, but it's really not that bad. Gotta be careful on the bridges, though. I'll give you that. Like right now, I'm doing about 35. Wiper blades are starting to accumulate some ice on them, though. That sucks. This is really coming down. Wow. Sometimes I put the wipers on high speed to see if I can bang some of the ice off. Alright, let's go out and take a look at this snow and see how it's looking out there.
To go. Let it snow, let it snow.
All right, guys. Well, I am going to call it quits for the night. I am finally getting unloaded here in Lima, and it has just been one cold, slippery drive. Once I'm done here, I'm going to drive empty. Hopefully the interstate's cleared off by then. I'm going to drive empty to my pickup, and then I'll go to bed. And then I got to get a tail light fixed. Well, I got to get, there's some broken wires back there. Got a couple lights, couple marker lights that are affected by a couple broken wires. So I'm going to take it by the yard and have them splice some new wires in there. So once I'm done there, I am heading south and getting out of this cold weather stuff that they call snow, and I'm going to head on down to South Carolina from here. Looking forward to it. I haven't driven south in a while, so it'll be a nice change of scenery. But with all of that said, I'm going to get out of here, guys, and relax and wait to get done. And we will see you guys next time, all right? Be safe out there, and again, I hope y'all are making some good money out there. Hope y'all are staying safe, because we all know that our families want us to come home safely. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.